Hello, my name is Barry, and if you're at this video, then what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to get your headlights back to a brand new condition with as little work as possible, but you want to do them right. My headlights, this is my 2006 Saab 9.3 Aero convertible. I'm frankly here at my office in the driveway on a Wednesday afternoon. There's my sign. If you need help from us and in other ways, give us a call. But we're in beautiful downtown Edwardsville, Illinois, and you'll see on my YouTube channel that I've got several videos on here on how to save money and on car insurance and motorcycle insurance and different ways we can help people out. But another thing that I like to do, I'm an old car guy, and frankly I have some fun turning my own wrenches. I do not have access to fancy spray equipment. At one point I worked in a body shop years ago and ran a body shop for a short time, and I still like doing a lot of my own things on the car. And one of the mistakes I made was on this headlight. You can see it's yellowed, and there's some areas up in here. I had to move the camera for a minute to make sure I got into the right spot. I think you'll be able to see that where it's peeling and faded, and there's some runs in the finish right here. You can see it's coming back, peeling off. My headlights, frankly, I thought were past the point where they just needed polished, and I took them to a place over in St. Louis, and what they did was they brought my car inside, they taped it off, they sprayed a coat of clear sealant over it, and frankly they looked good for about 3 months. But then they started to break down, and this is what I have now, and I'm going to give this a try. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this in a series of videos because I'm frankly not that good with the editing. So what I've done is I've collected all the items that you're going to need to do this job, and I'm going to walk you through a little bit of it now. I'm going to stop the video and go ahead and continue on with my process, and I'll come back to it. But to do this, all you need are these items right here on the ground. And this is a dentist office right next to me. I'm borrowing his front yard a little bit. But I've got a bucket and a rag. I'm going to use this newspaper. Those are St. Louis Post-Dispatch newspapers. I'm going to use those for masking tape. I went to my local Ace hardware store and I bought some of these 9x12 plastic sheets. Frankly, I don't need 3 of them. I'm going to use 2 because I don't want any of this overspray to get on my car. But buying a 3-pack was about $1 more than buying one. And then you can see my sandpaper here. I'm going to go through the grades there in a minute. I've got a roll of 2-inch tape and then some painter's tape that frankly I just had laying around. This 2-inch tape will be just fine. You can get that at Ace Hardware or any paint store near you. It's the Scotch Blue tape. But here's the secret, and this is this Meguiars headlight coating, and Meguiars does sell this in a kit, and they sell sandpaper and little round discs and crap like that. But frankly, I called Meguiars directly and spoke to somebody there in their help center, and I'll tell you why in a minute, but I actually bought this at Walmart, and I went out to my local Walmart. It was about $16, and I bought just the spray only because I'm going to go ahead, and that's what this video is. It's how to professionally do your headlights without having all the expensive professional equipment that really very few people have access to. So I'm going to show you how to do it with the sandpaper that I bought. I'm going to go through the grades in just a minute. But back to my car over here. Here's the headlight, and what I've already done over here is I've actually already done one of the headlights, and it's frankly ready to tape up and it's ready to go. And here's what I did with that. I had to sand off all the old crap, so I started out with a 220. And what I did with the 220 was I got all the old product, the old stuff that they sprayed off of there, and it really didn't take me very long. But then what I wanted to do was then go to 400, then to 1000 grit, and then to 2000 grit, and some people call that 2000, they call that ultrafine. Frankly, this is the hardest part of this whole process, and it's probably not even the fun part of the process, but I will tell you what, it is the most important part of the process. And what you have to do is you have to get all that old crap, the old spray, the yellowing, the fading, you have to get all that off the headlight. And as you can see, it frankly looks better now than it did before I started. Is it a little cloudy? Yes, but it frankly looks better than that headlight. And if I just left the thing alone, I don't think anybody would say a thing about it. But so far it's been an easy process. I have literally about 20 minutes in the sanding portion of this. It actually took me longer to round up this stuff. I didn't make a special trip. I went to Ace, I went to Walmart. I already had the bucket. I think I'm gonna probably stop the video here and come back to it. And I'll talk a little bit about protecting, the headlight from sand scratches, and I might go through a little bit on how to wet sand properly, although I would think to tackle this job you would have a little bit of confidence already and probably know how to wet sand. But so far this job has been simpler and quicker than I thought, and I'm going to be pretty proud, I think, of this series when it's all done. And if you like this video, check out the other 2 or 3 videos. I know it's going to be at least 3. It might end up being a 4-video series, but look at the other videos on my YouTube channel. I've got some on there on how to paint flat black. I've got a video on there on how to wash your car and do it the right way. And just appreciate you watching my video and learning. But we'll come back and speak to you in the second video. Thanks.